During my performance review, I got a text from an unknown number. Don't react, your boss is recordy. My name is Brandon, and I'm a professional writer based in Denver, Colorado. I've been writing stories for about 6 years now, and this is one I'd like to share with you. It's a story about a man who faced a difficult situation at work and how he handled it. I hope you find it interesting. I didn't flinch, I didn't even blink. I simply nodded as my boss smiled, that practiced grin of his telling me how my attitude at work was a problem. Meanwhile, my phone vibrated in my pocket with a single text from an unknown number. Don't react, your boss is recording everything. My gaze shifted to his desk. His phone was tilted slightly toward me. It screened dark, but the camera was aimed right at me. I had seen him do this before to other people, setting them up, twisting their words to ruin their careers while his own reputation remained perfect. But I never imagined he'd try it on me until that moment. I realized I was already caught in his trap. I had once looked up to him, and that's what still hurts. When I first joined the company, he played the part of a mentor, well, with late nights, where he pretended to guide me in compliments in front of executives. He made me believe I was special, different, the kind of employee who could rise quickly if I stayed loyal. But loyalty is just a tool manipulators use freely. It began with rumors that were traced back to me even though I hadn't started them. Projects I finished were missing my name in the reports. Colleagues started to distance themselves, whispering about things I supposedly said. At first I dismissed it as just office politics, nothing more. But then one night I overheard him, his voice sharp, low, and calculating. He was talking to another manager, spreading lies about me, painting me as unstable and untrustworthy. That's when the truth hit me. He wasn't preparing me for success, he was preparing me for a downfall. The text in my pocket only confirmed what I had suspected for weeks. Someone on the inside had finally seen through his facade. Someone wanted me to know the game he was playing. I felt anger begin to burn beneath my skin, but I didn't let it explode. That's exactly what he wanted, a reaction. He could record, distort, and replay in boardrooms, until I was nothing but a problem to be dismissed. So I gave him nothing. Just a calm smile, a nod, a quiet "I understand" to every false criticism. And in that silence I made a choice. If he wanted a performance, I would give him one, but not the one he expected. For weeks after, I moved like a ghost. I documented every interaction with him and archived every email he sent. I also went directly to every colleague he tried to turn against me, speaking with kindness and clarity to dismantle his lies one by one. Then I went deeper. I studied him, his patterns and his routines. The way he set his traps always followed the same cycle. He would isolate, manipulate, record, and then report. He'd been doing it for years, and no one had stopped him because no one had proof. That was about to change. I purchased a small, unnoticeable pen camera. I began recording our conversations, his inconsistencies, and his subtle threats. The first time I caught him on tape telling me to falsify numbers, so they looked better, I knew I had enough to bring him down. But I didn't rush. No, patience is the sharpest weapon. I let the evidence build until it was impossible to deny. Then came the review meeting, the one where he thought he had finally cornered me. He leaned back in his chair, his phone still angled, rehearsing the same lines he'd used on others before me. You need to work on your honesty, your reliability. People feel they can't trust you. I nodded steadily. I understand. He smiled, thinking the recording was making him look calm and professional, while I appeared weak and submissive. That's when I took out my own phone. Actually, I said softly, I'd like to record this as well for accuracy. His smile froze. His hand twitched toward the phone on his desk, but it was too late. I pressed play. From my speaker, his own voice came out clear as day. Just adjust the numbers. No one will check. If anyone asks, I'll back you up. Then another clip. His laugh. Don't worry. I've ruined better reputations than yours. Clip after clip, his own words, his own traps, all turned against him. The color drained from his face. He lunged for his phone, but I slid mine across the table, letting it spin to a stop in front of him. Don't worry, I said, echoing his own line back at him. I've already backed it all up. The results were swift. I didn't even have to go to HR. By the time the board received the files, half the department had already submitted written statements. The anonymous text message that had warned me was from a former coworker he had also tried to hurt. Finally stepping out of the shadows, he was escorted out 2 days later. No severance, no positive departure note, just silent shame and the weight of his own schemes collapsing on him. As for me, I didn't just endure. I was promoted, put in charge of rebuilding the very team he had corrupted. People ask me if I have any regrets. If I regret not confronting him sooner, or letting him think he had me fooled. The truth is, I don't regret a single moment. Because revenge isn't loud. It isn't messy. It's quiet, precise, and calculated. It's watching someone step into the trap they set for you and then closing the door behind them. What lesson did you learn from this story? Please let me know in the comments.